Hi there, I'm Rex King, and welcome back to the second episode of Monday Night Horror Show. On this episode, I will be talking about a movie that features two mismatched cops going up against a serial killer with motives linked to the Bible. No, I am not talking about Sevens, I am talking about Resurrection. Resurrection was directed by Russell McClany, I apologize if I mispronounced that name, and stars Christopher Lambert and Leland Orser as two detectives going after a serial killer who's taking a body part from each of his victims and has a motive linked to the resurrection of Christ himself. Now, this film, like I said, is a Sevens clone, but it's a good Sevens clone. It manages to stand on its own 2 feet without relying on Seven's existence to lure in its audience. Christopher Lambert and Leland Orser do amazing jobs as the two detectives in our movie, and it manages to be shot with such a gritty style that it stands apart from Sevens. What makes this movie really work, though, is the gore effects. Oh my god, the gore makeup is perfection. Now, this movie was initially going to be rated NC-17. They had to cut certain scenes to make this a rated R, and I can believe that because the gore effects, wow, you don't want to go into this movie with a full stomach. Let me tell you, there are certain points where you will be absolutely disgusted with what's on screen, and it's really hard for a movie to be able to do that. And it's a good feeling for a film like this, so I really enjoy it. Without revealing who the bad guy is in the movie, he's played really well by his actor. I'm not going to tell you who plays him or who he actually is in the movie because I want you to go into this spoiler free, and I think this film will surprise you at times. Now, that being said, this film didn't take off here when it was first released. It actually was released straight to video and straight to TV screens. But overseas, it did get theatrical releases and was decently received. It's a shame that this movie never actually took off here in the States because I think this film's pretty gosh darn good. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. The gore effects, the acting, the story, all of it's really good. Now, there is a slight problem I have with the film, and that is the editing. With a lot of films in the 1990s, you saw this, what I have dubbed the swoosh cam. One moment you'll be behind a character and the camera will quickly swoosh around to the front of the character, or swoosh back to do a quick angle, and it's like, it's not necessary, and I don't like it. To be fair, this is something that not just this film did, but a lot of films tried to do in the 1990s. But it just never works for me. However, this is offset by the fact that the film's style does work. I like the stylized feel, the grittiness, the darker tones. I like that the city that they're in almost never seems to stop raining. Now, the city they're in is supposed to be Chicago, but they ended up shooting in Toronto, and I think that benefits the film. I love the cinematography they have. I really enjoyed the way this film was shot for the most part. I just wish it was edited a little better so we didn't have any of that swishing camera movement that we really don't need. But it's not enough to ruin my taste on this film. I give this film an 8 out of 10. If you haven't seen Resurrection and you like this style of film, I definitely recommend it. I mean, yes, it is a Sevens clone, but it's a good Sevens clone. It stands on its own 2 feet and does it really well. I highly recommend it. Now, I have the 2021 Blu-ray re-release, and I really am glad I do. The interviews and the better resolution that this copy has works to the film's benefit. So if you're going to pick up a copy, I really recommend hunting down this copy because it's worth every penny and is a worthwhile addition to any collection. Anyway, that's what I thought about Resurrection. What did you think about it if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Next week, I'll have a little bit of a treat for you guys as I review Pet Sematary. I'll see you then.